Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and welcome to Bar Mitzvah Max Cohen. Such a pleasure to share with everybody. I want you all just to take a deep breath and get ready for this moment. I know every day seems like a Shabbat, usually. When people come into the sanctuary, the idea is to try and get them into a sacred space. If we're in Temple Aliyah together, could have that feeling of holiness. But we're going to create that together on this Zoom mitzvah, as we like to call it. And Max is just very excited, and his family, and David, Michelle, and his siblings. So I just want you to get ready and to feel this with us. So just take a deep breath of Shabbat, bring it in, and let it out. I want you to get ready to enjoy. You're not watching a movie now. You're not watching whatever you're watching on Netflix that you've been doing and getting through every show, whatever it might be. Just want you to know that you're stepping into a sacred tabernacle now, right? And you're all with us. And at the end, we're actually going to bring you on Zoom. Some of you pre-anticipated that and tried to get on a little bit early, but we're going to have later in the service, we'll tell you when to come in. You'll be able to see everybody and to be able to celebrate with Shechianu. So we're ready to start our service. We're going to be following in our prayer book. Those of you who have it, the Cohens have it at their house. And if any of you happen to be using our Lev Shalom, I'm going to give you the page numbers, and you might be going like, I don't have that book. But if you happen to have it or any other prayer book, you can follow along in the Mincha service. Every day we have a Mincha afternoon service. On Shabbat, we also have Mincha. It's when we read Torah. That allows us to have a bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah. In this case, a bar mitzvah for Max. So we're going to begin our Mincha afternoon service, and we're going to begin with Ashrei, and Max is going to begin and lead us. And because not everybody can respond, if you know the words at home, I encourage you to respond. We're going to have our own Chazan Mimi, who's going to respond back with Max. And Max, on page 214, you're going to lead us now in Ashrei. Why don't you take it, Max? Hold on. Ready? Go ahead.
Ashrei Ashvivitecha, Odi Alalucha, Selah.
Ashrei Ham Shekachalo, Ashrei Ham Shadonai Elohav.
Aromimcha Elohai HaMelech, Ve'avarcha Shimcha Leolam Va'ed.
V'chol Yom Avarchecha, Va'alala Shimcha Leolam Va'ed.
O Adonai Umhulal Me'od, Ve'libdulato, Ein Chakir.
Dor L'dor Yishabach Ma'asecha, Ugvarotecha Yagidu.
Dar Kivod Hodecha, V'divrei Nifleotecha Asicha.
Be'ezuz Neurotecha Yomeru, Uglatcha Asaprena.
Zecherat Tuvecha Yabiu, V'tzidkatecha Yiranenu.
Chanun V'rachum Adonai, Erech Apayim Ugdal Chesed.
O Adonai Lecho, Verahamav Al Kol Ma'asav.
Yoducha Adonai Kol Ma'asecha, V'chasidecha Yevarchucha.
Yevod Malchutecha Yomeru, Ugvuratecha Yedaberu.
Lo Dilibnei Hadam Gevurotav, Uchvod Hadar Malchuto.
Malchutecha Malchut Kol Olamim, Umemshatecha Bechol Dor V'Ador.
So Mech Adonai L'chol HaNoflim, V'zokef L'chol HaKfufim.
Nechol Elecha Yisaberu, Va'ata Noten Lahem Et Ochlam Be'ito.
Oteach Et Yadecha, Umaspia L'chol Chai Ratzon.
Adik Adonai Bechol Deracha, V'chasid Bechol Ma'asav.
Karov Adonai L'chol Korab, L'chol Asher Yikra'uhu Ve'emet.
Umirei Avya Aseh, Ve'et Mavata Yishma V'yoshiem.
Omer Adonai Kol Ohava, Ve'ekol Risha'im Yashmid.
Tehilat Adonai Yedaber Pi, V'varech Kol Basar Shem Kodsho Le'olam Va'ed. Va'anachnu Nevarech Yah, Ma'ata Ve'ad Olam, Hallelujah.
Yasher Koach, Max. It's a wonderful beginning. We're going to continue with the Chatzi Kaddish, Chazan.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון ויומכון וחיי דכל בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן יהי שמי רבם מבורך לעלם לעלמי עלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמי דקודשה ברכו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה לאמירן בעלמא ואמרו Amen.
Max, I want you to imagine now that you're in the sanctuary. Can you look at the screen? Can you see behind me? Right, I want you to imagine, right? We're in the sanctuary and you would be taking out the Torah from here. So I just want to picture you. I want you to picture yourself there in the sense of holiness, because these are the words by Yehi bin Soah Haron. By the way, recited in next week's portion, when the Israelites lift up the Torah, the ark, and are ready to travel with it. These are your words today. Just as the Israelites always connected themselves to Torah, you also on this day will connect to Torah. But by Yehi bin Soah, page 218, we continue. Go ahead, Mass.
By Yehi bin Soah Haron, Vayomer Moshe, Kuma Adonai, Eyafusu oivecha, veyanusu misanecha mipanecha, ki mitzion tetzei Torah, ki mitzion tetzei Torah, udevar Adonai, miYerushalayim, Baruch shenatan Torah, Baruch shenatan Torah, Le'amo Yisrael, Yikedushato. Baruch l'Adonai iti, u'neromema shemo yachdav.
We pretend the Torah is being walked around the synagogue. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omen, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omen, al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim, al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim.
I want you to imagine that we've just taken out the Torah. We've walked around the sanctuary behind me. And this week's portion of Naso, we're going to hear a little bit about it from Max, but it's the beginning of the journey for the Israelites. They've already left Mount Sinai. We're in the book now of Numbers. They left in the book of Exodus. They arrive at Mount Sinai about 7 weeks later. We know as they left Egypt, and Shavuot, we're going to be celebrating that moment just this coming week. And now it's been almost a year, by the way, according to the Torah, that they've been at Mount Sinai. They've been given all the laws. They dedicated and built the altar of the sacrifices. They've dedicated the priests. They're ready to rock and roll and to move on their journey. And there's one more thing they have to do. They have to dedicate the tabernacle itself. And in the portion, not the section we're going to be reading, but it's fascinating. Each of the 12 tribes brings their gifts. And they bring gifts that, I'm just going to read to you some of it. that it says is offering one silver bowl weighing 130 shekels, one silver basin of 70 shekels by the sanctuary weight, both filled by choice flour, one gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense. It goes on, one bull, one herd, one ram, one lamb. In the first year, a burnt offering, a sacrifice. Right? It takes up about 6 verses in terms of the dedication. So that's day 1. Day 2, the next chieftain comes from the next tribe, and they repeat everything over again. The same gifts are given. Right? Over and over. Next day, 3rd day, 4th day, 5th day, 6th day. Every day the tribe bring it. Rabbis ask, like, why do they have to repeat everything? Now, the Torah can repeat things, but this is a really unusual circumstance. Why didn't it just say, and they gave exactly what the guys did yesterday. Certainly would have saved the space, certainly would have made Torah reading a little bit better. The rabbis say that in order to show that we shouldn't always have to outdo everyone else. We don't have to be better than the Goldbergs or the Joneses or the Levites. The idea was that no tribe had to outdo any other tribe. They all brought the same gift in recognition that in life, it doesn't matter what you have. It matters in terms of sharing and being together. And it's not about being better or bigger. It's about recognizing the worth of everybody. We all live in a sense of, if you will, equal existence, ideally. The coronavirus has in some ways flattened society, in some ways not. Everybody is susceptible for it. Some people are doing better than others in wearing through the difficulties of it. Well, we learned much from the reading today, and we're going to be able to share. I'm going to call upon our parents, Dave and Michelle. I want you to step forward, and you're going to speak to your son, Max, and then you're going to present him with a talit, a special talit. So I'm going to call upon you to take it over, please.
Max, I know this is not how any of us pictured today happening, but I am so proud of you, the way you are handling this situation. Your ability to face challenges of life and pivot to make the very best of every situation truly defines you. When Dad and I were first challenged with the idea of a Zoom bar mitzvah, it was you who told us that we could still make a beautiful ceremony online. The situation truly reflects your character. You always see the glass half full. You know how to make the sweetest lemonade from the sourest lemons. Max, your maturity and desire to help others, even when life seems so uncertain, continues to amaze me. Just last week, when I was too tired to clean the kitchen again, you went back downstairs and washed every dish and even fluffed our pillows. You stayed up late into the night because you wanted to help me. I am so grateful for the relationship we have. From binge watching Schitt's Creek or attending Dodger games together, you are always such a pleasure to be around, and I admire the passion and enthusiasm you exude. And let me just say, we all knew the Dodgers were going to finally win it this year, and you would have been right there cheering them on. Max, the bond you have with your siblings is one of the things I love the most. We have definitely made the most of these past few months with our nightly family dinners, our intense discussions, and of course, our silly TikToks. You make me so happy to be your mama. I know how hard you work for today, and I hope that you will continue your studies and will continue to turn to the Torah throughout your life for answers and for questions, and mostly for hope. Always keep God close to your heart. Be open to establishing and maintaining a relationship with God so that he can guide you in making good choices. Max, throughout your life, you will be thrown curveballs, just like in baseball and just like in life right now. You will be faced with challenges that may seem unsurmountable. No matter what happens, I will always be here for you, to listen, to support, and to love you with all my heart. Max, we are all so proud of you today. I can't believe my baby is becoming a bar mitzvah. I love you so much, and I'm so proud to be your mom.
Max, Other than Moses, who else has their bar mitzvah during a plague? Maybe that's why your Hebrew name is Moses. And as a Cohen, you're a descendant of Aaron, the priestly leaders of the Jewish people. And as crazy as these times are, I am especially impressed with your dedication and optimism over the last year preparing for today. In the last 10 years, you have participated in all 3 of your siblings' B'nai mitzvahs, as well as dozens of other friends and family. And Max, today is your day. While we do have to shelter in place, and we only have about 10 of us here today physically, there are literally hundreds of people from around the country and around the neighborhood who are participating and watching, who are all inspired by you. Not only are you becoming a bar mitzvah, you are leading us today as none of us have ever been led. I know from studying with you that you really dove into your Torah portion, and I'm excited that you'll be sharing your interpretations from what you will be reading with all of us. I decided to read a little further into the portion of Naso, and I want you to check out what I read. The Lord spoke to Moses and said, "Speak to Aaron and his sons, bless the people and say to them, may the Lord bless you and protect you. May the Lord deal kindly and graciously with you. May the Lord bestow his favor upon you and grant you peace." Max, these are the words that the Cohens have been saying and the blessings that we have been given for over 3,000 years. These 15 words are the oldest religious words still said in the history of the world by anybody. They're even older than the word Amen. And happily, Max, beyond all this heady religious stuff, you live this. You are truly a good kid. You are a loving son and grandson, a caring brother, friend, teammate, and you are a mensch. Recently, you and I went and volunteered at a food bank, and rather than just feeling like you finished what you had to do and that way Dad wouldn't bug you anymore, you asked if we could go do it again. Max, you will decide your Jewish future, but I take tremendous comfort in your preparation and your spirit. I love you so much.
Very nice, David and Michelle. I'm gonna have you, Max, take now the talit, and you're gonna recite the blessing. Right, take it from your parents. Go ahead.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedishanu mitzvotah v'tzivanu l'chita tef b'tzitzit.
Beautiful, beautiful words. Before we continue and Max reads his Torah portion, I have the honor of calling up the Aliyot, and first his parents. Ya'amdu David Leib ben Avraham v'Shaido ve'Umasha Chaya bat Shalom Rishon.
David and Michelle, you'll begin with the blessing.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bacharbanu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Vayidaber Adonai el Moshe lemor nasa et rosh b'nei Gershom gamhem leveit avotam lemishbechotam miben shalashim shana v'amal ben chamishim shana tivkotam kol haba litzvot sava la'avod avodah ve'ohel moed zot avodah mishpechot hagershini la'avod u'masa.
Yasher Koach. We call up now for the oh, I'm sorry. We continue with the blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayeh olam natan betokeinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. And now we call up Max's siblings for the second Aliyah. Ya'amdu Shalom ben David Leb Umashachaya, Verezel bat David Leb Umashachaya, V'Zahava bat David Leb Umashachaya, Sheni. Baruch Adonai Hamavorach La'alam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'harbanim mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
V'naseu e'yir'o hamishkan ve'et ohel moed nichsehu umichsei hatachash asher alav mala ve'et masach petach sha'ar hechatzer asher al hamishkan ve'al hamizbeach saviv ve'et meiterehem ve'et kol kilei avodatam ve'et kol asher ye'aseh lahem ve'avadu al pi aharon banav tihiyeh kol avodat b'nei hagirshuni lechol masa'am u'chol avodatam uvkatem aleihem b'mishmeret et kol masa'am zod avodah mishpechot b'nei hagirshuni ve'ohed u'mishmartam be'yadi tamar ben Aharon ha'kohen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayeh olam natan betokeinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. And now my favorite part, and everyone's favorite part, calling up our bar mitzvah. Abachur habar mitzvah Yamod Moshe ben David Leb Umashachaya Shlishi Chazak Zak.
I always love when you do that, Chazan. Max is going to share with us his some comments about his Torah reading. And so Sophie, Kylie, and Zach, you can go to the side for a moment. This will be for Max, and we'll call you back up in just a moment. Max, you're going to do this, remember, slowly, clearly, and loudly, just as I would tell you at the sanctuary in the synagogue. So you ready to share with us? Go ahead.
Shabbat Shalom. My Torah portion, Naso, is about how people had to be counted in a census so that they could be identified to help build the Holy Tabernacle. As I learned more about my Torah portion, I realized that the census also caused people to help each other with their jobs and to make the community better. As I become a bar mitzvah, this lesson is important to me because as I get older, I will have the responsibility of becoming an adult citizen, filling out a census form, and being counted. This matters to me because as I become an adult, I will have the responsibility of doing other things than filling out a census, like doing my part to help affect my community. This happens as I become a bar mitzvah too, because now I get counted in the minyan, or a group of adult Jews who get called on for important things. Today, the need at food banks across the country has a big increase because of the coronavirus. Before the pandemic, many Americans depended on food banks. Many of the same people depending on food banks in the United States also don't have health care. For these people, health problems often cause them to be homeless. The homeless problem has been ignored until it caused more spreading of coronavirus and has gotten even more people sick. As part of my training to become a bar mitzvah, I have been volunteering at Soba Food Bank for hungry and homeless people. The people who come to Soba are all part of this community, and we all need to be counted. The people who bring the food and the people who need it. I also learned that Soba actually means satisfied. This is not just about feeling sorry for other people, it is about making sure that others have important things that we all need, like food and water. As my Torah portion taught me, participating in community things like the census, which is going on right now in our country, and volunteering at our food banks helps me be a better person and to be a better member of my community. When my service was going to be at the temple, we're going to have soba bins for everybody to bring food. We didn't get to do that, but I hope that you will support soba now when it is needed the most. As I become a bar mitzvah, I promise to continue trying to help others who are less fortunate than me. I have been preparing for a long time for this day, and we all certainly thought that many things would be different. I wish you were all here Zooming with me, or I wish you were all here with me. However, I'm very grateful for all of you Zooming in with me and my family today, and I want to express how much I appreciate the many people who have supported me and helped me prepare for my bar mitzvah. Firstly, I would like to thank my teachers, Hazans, and rabbis. Thank you especially to Hazan Mimi and Nancy Pipolo for helping me learn the prayers. Next, I would like to thank all my extended family for all your love and support. I really want to thank my bubby, my nana, and my granddad and Karen for believing in me along the way. I want to also thank the 3 greatest siblings in the world. Woo! Zach, Sophie, and Kylie. I look up to you guys and I love each of you so much. Lastly, I really want to thank my mom and dad. You two have supported me so much and have shown me how to be the best I can be. I love you both.
Very nice. And you can call forward back Zach and Sophie and Kylie if you want to stand next to your brother. That's very nice. Max, you're going to, this is your Aliyah for the blessings and for the Torah reading. Go ahead.
למשפחתם לבית אבותם תפקוד אותם מבין 30 שנה ומעלה ועד בין 50 שנה תפקדם כל הבא לצבא לעבוד את עבודת אוהל מועד וזאת משמרת מסעם לכל עבודתם באוהל מועד קרשי המשכן ובריחה ועמודה ועדנה ועמודי החצר סביב ועדניהם ביתירותם ומיצריהם לכל כליהם ולכל עבודתם ובשמות תפקדו את כלי משמרת מסעם זו עבודה משפחות בני מרי לכל עבודתם באוהל מועד ביד איתמר בן אהרון הכהן.
No. We got to wait the concluding blessing.
Yes.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Simin tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simin tov, mazel tov, simin tov, mazel tov, simin tov, Yehelanu, Ulecha Yisrael, Yehelanu, David melech Yisrael, Chai v'kayam. David melech Yisrael, Chai v'kayam. Hey, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Yehei Lanu.
I'm going to ask Max, this is us. Chazan Stein, if we'll hold on, if you could go off camera for just a moment.
Sure.
It's okay. All right, Max, get close to the microphone. Come up to that computer now. There you go. All right, it's me and you, buddy. Okay. All the people that are out there, I didn't want to scare you until this moment, but there's actually on about 190 households watching you. All right. Now, I don't want to say that there's no baseball games going on. They got nothing else to do. I don't want to ascribe it to anything else, but they're all here for you. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And I bet you, Max, that there's actually people on here. Look at me. Look at me. By the way, if we were in the sanctuary, I'd have to do the same thing. I know that, right? Like, look at me. It's amazing. There are people who are watching who wouldn't have been able to watch otherwise, probably. Certainly not the way that we're doing this now, right? They would have had a live streaming. And at the end, we're going to invite everybody back onto the screen. They're all going to be here to be able to share a Shechianu moment with you. Max, how does it feel as being the youngest one?
Feels very good. Yeah.
See, we all remember you being that little, I don't want to say nudnik, but the little kid who was like running around all the time, right? Your brothers and your sisters, B'nai Mitzvah. And it's always a pleasure for us, for the clergy and for everybody, when you grow up and you're ready to hold your place there as well in terms of being part of the community. So Max, I want you to just acknowledge this moment. And it is true what your parents said, that you, this has not been an easy moment. Yeah. This is, right, being homebound. There are plenty of people who, for good reasons, postponed their B'nai Mitzvah. A lot of your friends, correct?
Yeah.
And you decided to go ahead with it. And part of it is, and we talked about this, to show that Jewish life doesn't have to stop.
Yeah.
In the most difficult of times, the Jewish people continued and persevered through the darkest times, through the Dark Ages, through the Crusades, through the Inquisitions, even through the Holocaust. By the way, even there in the concentration camps, they would celebrate B'nai Mitzvah.
Yeah.
The darkest times requires to have light. And Max, that's what you are. You're light at this moment. And we are grateful for you to be able to share this. I want you to always perform good deeds as you did in anticipation of this. I want you always to feel connected to your tradition that your parents want to. You're part of this Kohen tradition that your father talked about, be able to bless people. Have you learned how to do this one yet? Have you learned how to do that with your hands yet? There you go. That's how the Kohanim would bless. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to bless you with that blessing, but I'm going to ask your parents and your siblings to come around behind you. All right, because I can't put my hands on you. I want them to put your hands on you. Stay in front of the camera. All right, David, Michelle, I want you to get in there. Come on in. Zach, Kylie, get in there. Come on, Sophie, get in there. I want you all to put your hands on your brother in a nice way. That's that's it. All right, I want you to put your hands on him, and here's the blessing. All right, not on his face, on his shoulder. Here we go. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er panav elecha v'chunecha, Yisad panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Max Cohen, may you always be protected and be blessed in life. May God's presence always be with you. May you elevate God within the world, the performance of good deeds to help bring goodness and help bring peace to this world. And we say, Amen. Oh, it's such a pleasure to share with you. I'm going to go back to the screen. We're going to have you, all right, celebrate with you. We're going to continue with our service. There we go. And it's as if we were putting away the Torah itself. Chazan Mimi is going to lead us in Eitz Chaim Hi.
Et chayim hi amachazika Kaddish
Today, this weekend, is Memorial Day. And as a retired Senior Chief Petty Officer in the United States Navy, I'm very proud to have served an entire career in the Navy. And I want to recognize what that service means to our country and what a wonderful country we have that is able to express our Judaism and to express our freedom and to live together in peace, and how important that is and how important our servicemen and women are to making that happen. If you want to follow in the prayer book, it's 177. Adonai God, whose spirit is in all creatures, we pray that your spirit be awakened within all the inhabitants of our land. Uproot from our hearts hatred and malice, jealousy and strife. Plant love and companionship, peace and friendship among the many peoples and faiths who dwell in our nation. Grant us the knowledge to judge justly, the wisdom to act with compassion, and the understanding and courage to root out poverty from. May it be your will the land be a blessing to all who dwell on earth, and may you cause all peoples to dwell in friendship and freedom. Speedily fulfill the vision of your prophets. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. For all of them, from the least to the greatest, shall know me. And let us say, Amen.
Amen. We're going to turn now to the Amidah. So I invite those of you who are seated so comfortably in whatever chairs or couches you are. We're going to rise together for the Amidah. Max is going to begin the Amidah for us, page 223, and the Chazan will also then continue. Max, you ready to lead us to begin? Go ahead, my friend.
Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor V'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Hasdei Avot. Umevi Goel Libnei V'nehem, Le'ma'an Shemo, Ve'achava, Melech Ozer Ufoked Umoshiach Umagen. Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ufoked Sarah. Hagibor Leolam Adonai, Mechaye Metim Atah, Rav Lehoshia, Morit Atah. Mechokel Hayim Bechesed, Mechaye Metim Berahamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Berofeh Ha'olim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Mishenei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Gevuro, Umedom Melach, Melech Memid, Umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Atah Lehachayot Metim, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Machaye Hametim,
Kaddish shimcha ba'olam kashem shemati shemota v'shmeimarom kakatuv al yad v'yachal v'karosel ze'v'yamar.
קדש שמך בעולם כשם שמקישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ויאמר.
Kadosh, 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 Adonai tzvot, melech haaretz kevodo.
קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות מלך הארץ כבודו, לעומתם ברוך יאמרו.
Baruch kavod Adonai mimkomo.
ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו, ובדברי קודשך כתוב לאמור.
Adonai le'olam Elohai Tzion l'dor v'ador, hallelujah.
ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון לדור ודור, הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד, כי המלך גדול וקדוש אתה, ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Our prayers continue silently, whether you're following along in the Hebrew or the English of a prayer book, or just the prayers of our heart, the gratitude that we feel on this Memorial Day weekend about freedom, about life, the blessings we have to be able to share this moment with Max, whatever it is, we turn now to our prayers.
Shalom במרומה ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן יעשה שלום יעשה שלום Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael Ya'aseh Shalom Ya'aseh Shalom Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael Ya'aseh Shalom Ya'aseh Shalom Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael Ya'aseh Shalom Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael.
Kaddish Shalom, page 230.
יתגדל ויגדל שמי רבה, ועמד יברוך חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון ובמכון וחיי לכל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעלם לעלמי עלמיה, יתברך, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ושמע ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תשבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמה ויאמרו אמן. תתקבל צלותון ובודהון לכל בית ישראל, קדום ונשמע ויאמרו אמן. יהי שלום רבה מן שמיים וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו amen.
Max is going to lead us now in Aleinu. Page 231, Max, take it away.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ולווים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ובונה שמיים ועושה הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגבי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והחשבות לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת. Amen. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Cohen family, I want you to all gather around Max at this moment, if you will. David and Michelle. It's been a lovely service. We're going to finish with, in a moment, just with the mourners Kaddish. We're going to ask all those people who are watching who want to come onto the Zoom. The only thing we didn't anticipate are the numbers. So I think we're going to be limited to 100 people. So they're going to have to get on quickly, those 174 that have been watching. So we'll see who makes it on. In my mind, just didn't think you'd have more than 100 households who are rewatching, but this is fabulous. So now those of you who are watching, this is your chance. You're going to go to Zoom link now. We're going to get as many of you as we can onto our Zoom program. And in the meantime, we always recall and reverence those that are not with us. David and Michelle, right, family who's not here with you right now. And we call them, and that's why in our service, we always have the mourners Kaddish at the end. It's acknowledgement that even though not here physically, they're still with us in soul and in love. And in this moment, all of your family, they are here with you. And I know that the words of the Kaddish I'll recite now. Yitgadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah. Amen. V'yalmad yivrach rutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael. V'galav v'zman kariv v'meru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam umeomaya. Yitbarach, yishtabach, yitpa'ar, v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. Yitadar, v'yitalev, v'yitalal, shemei d'kudesha, brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush birchata v'nechamata. Da'amiran v'yalma v'yimeru. Amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya. L'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'meru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'meru. Amen. We're going to conclude the Mincha service itself. Those of you who are just joining us for the Mincha service, we wish you a wonderful Shabbat Shalom, the rest of Shabbat. Those of you Temple Aliyah members, we have Havdalah tonight. We welcome you to join with us. But for now, we're going to sign off, and we're grateful. Mazal Tov to Max and family, and Shabbat Shalom.